Mark, it has been one of these issues that perhaps perplexes people, but it has been held up at the executive. The Minister has a policy she wants to get put through. The DUP are consistently blocking it. And we had some discussion about this last week, but still some confusion as to why that is the case.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't really spell it out, even though she was asked there by one of her own party colleagues to explain why. I think Mervyn Story was just getting up there. He's the DUP educational spokesperson. I think basically what this is this seems to be one of the standoffs about the definition of what is a child with special educational needs, with the DUP very much along the lines that they believe that the Minister is trying to put on a par with those with, say, medical special educational needs, those with social and economic special needs. And then we also heard her talking there about newcomers, which is a reference, obviously, to children who've migrated into Northern Ireland who maybe don't have English as a first foreign language, or as a first language. So you would think that this would be something that most systems of government would sort out relatively sort of easily and early on, but as she said, she introduced her paper in July of last year. It hasn't been brought to the executive. It's yet another of these standoff policies. It's 3 times now she's tried to bring it to the executive, and in the meantime, you know, there doesn't appear to be any policy going on forwards for the expenditure of, she's talking about £25 million on the children with special educational needs. So once again, a little bit like academic selection, whichever side of the debate you come down on in relation to special educational needs, you would have to say this system of government is failing those, because they should by now have approved one definition or another.
And I suppose, yeah, when you talk about the system of government, it fundamentally comes down to the fact is that neither side completely trust the other side, or their upfront explanations don't exactly necessarily ring true as far as the other side's concerned.
And it allows standoffs like this because both sides can block items being brought to the executive. So there's kind of a built-in deadlock. If you don't get agreement between the two biggest parties, you get deadlock.
And of course, the reason this is sort of related to the academic selection argument is that the Minister wants to see quotas for those on free school meals as a way of ensuring that there's a better social mix, particularly in grammar schools. So as soon as there's any hint of that in another area, the DUP perhaps sees a Trojan horse which would damage their protection, as they see it, of academic selection.
Yeah, and actually we're seeing another debate on that score here at Stormont today, with the Ulster Unionists attacking the Minister, saying that it's not a valid figure, if you like, to determine educational underachievement, to simply use whether a family can get free school meals as some kind of an arbiter of this. And she's hitting back, basically saying that her policy is doing something to try and equalise things. So, yeah, you've got this kind of tension between the Unionists and Sinn Féin on this one, with, I suppose, the Unionists see sort of a creeping socialism, as they would see it, in Sinn Féin's policies here.
OK.